Hello Scrappy friends, thanks for joining me today. I must apologise, my voice isn't brilliant. I've not been well, and yeah, today's the first day I've not woke up every couple of hours with a 30-minute coughing fit. So I am taking part in Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, session 12, series 12. This is the first time that I am joining the playlist for inspiration. So really excited about that. You see day one sketch there on your screen at the minute. And I am just gutting this piece of orange to map the layout on. The main layout is going on a piece of mixed media cardstock, which you will trim down to 11.5 square. I used mixed media cardstock because I was going to do mixed media on the back and then forgot. And you would see at the beginning as well that I had two photos and in two different sizes, because I couldn't decide if I was doing 3x4 or 3.5 by 5, I think they are. I do go with the larger size, and you'll see why in a minute. That's because of the longest banner that I do. Having a split in the middle, and the biggest size allows that to be as long as I want it to be. Just using lots of offcuts from different kits. I think this actually is all from a Chanel Best of Both Worlds. For these sketches for this series, I've started breaking down lots of kits that I've got. So Birds of Feather, Go Go, Getaway, sort of leftovers from classes or classes I didn't do. And also I think it's about 3 Best of Both Worlds from Chanel as well that I've broken down for these. So doing the banners now, I do use the Stampin' Up! Banner Punch just because I'm a bit pedantic about my fishtails being correct and sort of straight, so I hate them when they go wonky. So yeah, just using that. And this is the reason I gutted the background piece, because I wanted one of the banners to match the background, so I gutted it so I could use it. And just trimming them down now to the length I want them, and then get everything stuck down on the piece. Photos are Mr. Ding and Little O, my great nephew, and Little O fell asleep whilst we were at Coffee Club one week and was just really comfy on Uncle Mark's shoulder. So yeah, just coming to cut and stick it all down now. I was actually looking for that black and white piece the other day, actually about a couple of hours after putting this kit together, because I wanted it for another layout and forgot it's a B-side of something I'd already used. So I have got the scrap of that, sorry, squeaky chair, scrap of that on my desk. I do come to that layout. I have made page kits so far for the first 12 days, so we'll see if I carry on in that vein for the rest of it. Bear with, I just need a drink. Well, this is not at all annoying. When I stopped then for a drink and restarted, it hasn't recorded, so let's do it again. So yeah, just sticking everything down there now, and then I do move on to doing my title now. I am taking part in a blog hop, which is going to be the third, not blog, YouTube hop, sorry, which is going to be the third Saturday of every month. It's going to be the first Saturday of every month. I've made the mistake thinking it was the 1st of June. So for this layout, I've done my June 3rd prompt, which is title. But I love the title, so I'm happy I did it. I use the medium Jane alphabet from Ellie's studio and just run that through, cut it 3 times, and the leftovers go in my die cut pot. I'm going to use All and Create A6 background stamp with mustard seed distress oxide, and I use that stamp to stamp over the letters that I've cut to create the title. You do get with, you know, these stamps for this collection from our studio for the Jane, in the large and the medium, you get the outline stamp, and you also get filler stamps which are patterned, but I just wanted to do something a little bit different, so I use this background stamp to stamp the cut letters instead of using the actual stamps from Ollie's studio. Once I've stamped them, I do decide they need to be outlined in black just to pop a little bit against the background. So I do get my brush micron pen, and from the back, so I you'll see it in a minute, I'll show you on the video what I do. So from the back of the letter, the letters at the bottom of the brush, and I just run the brush around, and that gives you the black outline. I won't show you doing all the letters, I'll just do the first and the last F's, and I'll cut the middle bit out, because you don't want to sit 10 minutes watching me doing that. So yeah, just do that on each of them, and then once I've done that, I do pop them on the page to make sure I'm happy with where they sit, and that there is going to be a bit where the stitching's going to go, that I do leave, they are going to fit where I want them to fit, around where the stitching's going to go. So just stamping these labels in, I know it's in mustard seed, is it persimmon on the other one? I can't remember. And I have to hand cut these because I actually don't have these dies yet. And then just with my black memento, stamping the words, sentiments into those labels as well. So yeah, that's nearly done. And once they're done, I do, look at some of the words I might stamp and decide, because I can't think where I'm going to be putting them, I decide not to take the time to stamp them. So yeah, putting everything on, making sure I've got room for what I want to do. So with the stitching, you would have seen on the sketch there's a bit across the top on the left and a bit on the right. So now I'm happy that the title's going to fit where I want it. I take the layout off and stitch it, and then I'm just pulling the thread from the front through to the back and sticking them down, sticking the ends down and trimming them. And yeah, just get everything where I want it on the layout now. Cut those labels out, stick the photos. So yeah, I'm making sure with the photos that the bottom of the photo is just below the top of where that banner, the bottom piece of the banner is. So yeah, just finishing cutting them labels out, and then once they're done, I get the two-way glue out and pop the glue on the back of the letters. I like using this for small pieces like this, so you'll see the two-way glue from Zig. I use this for small pieces like this just because it's easier to get the adhesive where I want it. It also goes repositionable when it dries, so it can be easier for making sure you're not ruining your layout by sticking something in the wrong place. So yeah, just get them all stuck down. That camera, the wood veneer camera you saw me put on, I actually end up not using that. I've got some wood veneer as well on my little dish that I'd put in this kit, which is a heart and a rainbow with clouds, and I end up using them and some stars from Felicity Jane. But I'm just doing the journaling now, And then for little O's privacy, I do cover that with a bit of pattern paper. So yeah, just going with the other wood veneer pieces now. So happy with that heart and that rainbow. And then with the stars, there's only 5 stars and I wanted 6, and then I actually decided to do 9. I get this Felicity Jane little pack of stars that I've got out and replace the stars with those. And you'll see me do that in a moment. So yeah, I've still got lots of little Felicity Jane stuff left over. So, you know, that's all in stash pots that I've got of different embellishments from her. So yeah, just putting the stars where I like them now. I then do some messy thread. So first of all, I try it behind the 2 labels, and then put some behind the heart. I am happy with what goes behind the heart. Really like that, and then decide actually let's try that thread under the labels and move it under the rainbow, because I'm not really happy where it is at the minute. With it under the heart, actually I do end up with the star in one of the loops, which I think looks really nice. Don't like it under the rainbow, and then I end up putting that thread under the top left of my photo, which actually groups that all together properly. So it's a bit under the label and a bit under the photo, and then when I do get the glue out and stick the wood veneer down, it ends up with the cloud over one of the loops under the label, under that bit on the top left as well. So I like that. I do try a bit of thread under the bottom of the banner near the other stars and decide I don't like that. So I'm just going to stick with the 2 clusters with the stars just giving me my visual triangle, but just the 2 main clusters with the larger embellishments. Okay, so I'm going to stick everything down now. Use the wet glue on the back of the label because it's going over the thread and it'll hold the thread down, and then wood veneer, wet glue is good for wood veneer. For something larger I may use a glue dot, but I've got the little ones need the wet glue, so I've just done it all with the wet glue. And then with the sequins, just replace the pattern paper with a piece of card that said journaling is under here. So with the sequins, I just sprinkle them and glue them where they land, except for any that's gone on the background piece, because any on the background piece I do kind of just tease them onto. So on the border, on the orange border, I do just tease them onto the actual layout. And then that's it. So stick all sequins down, and we'll skip ahead there. So thanks very much for watching, joining me again. Please like and subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you if you want to pop a comment. And in the description box, please check out the rest of the playlist for the other people taking part, and look forward to seeing your layouts for these sketches in the Facebook group. Thanks, bye.